Yeah, Tommy was really good, and we put him in a tough spot there, see how he's going to respond, and it was nice getting that first hit. And coming out of the box hard running, and that puts pressure on the defense. We've talked about that before, and they have to speed it up a bit. Ended up forcing the play, and next thing you know, we got guys actually working hard on getting them over, getting them in. It's just what we needed today.
Almost a carbon copy of last night with man on third, move him over. You got the 2 outs to spare. Is there a big wave of relief after you finally break through? Like you said, you've been winning these games to finally see one go the way it had been.
Yeah, it is because we've as much as we've talked about it here, we're talking about it in there too. Let's keep working on that. On the situational hitting, let's figure out a way to get this done. It's not like they haven't been working on it or prepared for it. There's just times when it's easier than others, and it's been rough for us to get it done. And Johnny steps up and gets it just deep enough, and had the right runner on third base, and it ended up being hopefully something that could just spark us to take off, because it's a matter of time before we start putting up the big offense that we know we can. And in the meanwhile, it's a shame we couldn't get Carlos a win there because he was very good today.
Did you want Tommy to take charge in that ball in the ninth inning there?
I told Tommy before the game started to take charge, period. I didn't necessarily tell him to take it on that play. That comes with more, not just experience, but working with individual players. And you'll see a lot of guys kind of back off for Jason, and that just comes through communication. I'm sure right now they're having to talk about that, and they probably had it before, but Tommy as a center fielder, we need him to be aggressive. The worst thing he can do is go out there and be tentative, and they'll work through kind of the communication process.
What did you think of Carlos today, the stuff he had?
I thought he was as good maybe as we've seen him, only because we talk about when he really rushes it up there sometimes. Everything kind of falls apart, but he was doing it in a different way today. He was letting his arm go. He was free and easy with his arm, but he wasn't trying to manufacture it with his legs. You didn't see him necessarily falling all over the place. He kept the same tempo with his off-speed stuff, and then wasn't afraid to be aggressive with how he used his arm speed. I mean, we saw 100 mile an hour today, but it was located 100 mile an hour, and that's after almost 70 pitches. Just shows you the kind of talent he has, but he made real good pitches with the off-speed and kind of set his tempo with the off-speed pitches, and didn't make a lot of mistakes. He had the one home run where he got to a 2-0 count and challenged, and that one hurt him. But besides that, I mean, he was very, very good today.
Could you see where a couple of days off helped Manus?
It looked good, yeah. Seth looked right, and we're trying to get all these guys a little bit of rest because we've been using Manus heavy, Segrist, and Rosie. So there's going to be some times we're going to have to get it for him. But Rosie came in again, and it's the third day in a row. A lot of work, but he knew how bad we needed it today, and he wanted the ball.
You get a sense of how scarce runs have been by Carlos's reaction at the plate after that long at bat?
No, it's pretty consistent with how he reacts when he doesn't perform at the plate, especially when he fouled off some good pitches. He was putting together a good at bat, and I think he's not scared to take control, and he believes that he can get it down at the plate just as well as anywhere else. But I don't see that anything more than just a guy competing, and not just when he's on the mound. He's in the box, anywhere he's on the field. I mean, he's an athlete out there competing.
He seemed very distressed. He had walked up to him there. What did he tell you when you got to the mound there?
Yeah, he was. He was hot all day. It was one of those things I saw a couple times. It looked like he was having trouble catching his breath. I think that mad dash to first base early on wore on him a little bit more than maybe he thought it was going to. It's something we always have to keep in mind with our pitching staff. But once again, it's trying to harness a Mustang when he's out there and playing. We don't necessarily want to take that away from him. We just have to be careful what the ramifications are when he lets it all loose.
Alonso hit lefties really well this year. Is it still an easy decision for you to go to Choate?
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Randy does. And, the numbers are pretty lopsided with his splits. But Randy's done a great job for us this season in those situations. And really, Carlos was at his limit. And it was time. Unfortunately, Randy came in and did a great job.